Hello my dear sewing friends, it's Alisa here with Thoughtful Creativity, and today we're going to be making this super cute and easy color block top that would be perfect for your summer wardrobe. And as I mentioned, it's going to be very quick and very easy because we're going to be using our simple 1-hour top pattern that we made a couple weeks ago. Then, as you remember, we transformed that top pattern into a t-shirt, and today we're going to transform it one more time into a color block top. Now, if this is your first time here, all links will be in the info box below. That way you can follow along to this point and make something wonderful for yourself and for the rest of us. Let's get started. You're watching Easy Sewing DIY, a weekly series where I make a simple pattern, then I sew it and love it. Everything is straightforward so you can make it as well. Tune in for new episodes every weekend. So my basic idea was to take a simple t-shirt pattern that we made just recently and really just to color block it. But I did change it and I made a few critical adjustments to this initial sketch, and you will see them in a few moments. Now, this is actually my sewing fail, so I'm going to cut it up and use it for this project. So there's going to be a little bit of problem solving involved. And to be honest, it wasn't really that big of a sewing fail, but I really did not like how this white part was draping. So you know what, better remake it than just waste it. And when you make this top for yourself, choose stretchy fabric like jersey with 2-way stretch or 4-way stretch, whichever. Okay, let's adjust the pattern. So initially, I thought I would cut it exactly where the sleeve portion ends, but I did pull it up a few inches to land about 1/3 from the bottom of the sleeve. Now here I'm using our original pattern of the 1-hour top to mark the bust line. That's the only thing I'm using it here for, so don't be confused. And I'm using it to make sure that my color block portion doesn't land right in the middle of your chest, because that's probably gonna look a little awkward. Now, if you cut it right where the sleeve ends, you will end up with 4 seams meeting in one spot, and it will be extra bulky and not fun. So just trust me on that one. You want that color block portion definitely higher than your chest and not on your sleeve line. Okay, lay your fabric, right sides together and on the fold, match the stripes, and let's cut. Since I'm working with what I have, it really took me a minute or two just to really figure out the placement, and because of that, I needed to cut it shorter than my original t-shirt pattern. But because the t-shirt pattern was longer and it had that curve, it actually worked out, and I had enough of length in there, as you see on my top, and you will see that at the very end of the video. Okay, to make it easy, I just fold the pattern, and really for color blocking, I don't bother on tracing a whole new pattern. Just don't forget the seam allowances when you do this method of folding the pattern on itself. Once one side is cut, lay it on top of another one and cut the second one. And we're doing this because in this case, the front and the back are identical, so it makes it super easy. So, and this is actually another sewing make that I made for when I was pregnant. I wore it, I loved it, and I really stretched it out. So I thought to make something else out of it. So we're gonna use this white jersey part for our DIY, and the bottom half I will use to make a dress for my little one. Okay, cut your top pieces, both identical to each other except for the neckline. And of course, the front neckline is gonna be deeper than the back. And one more time, don't forget about your seam allowances. Okay, now right sides together, attach each of the tops to each of the bottoms. Then, right sides together, attach shoulder seams and side seams. And since we're working with stripes, make sure to match them as much as you can for a clean and neat finish. All right, it's almost done, and at this point I realized that my neckline was a little wonky, and here's a little tip. If you look at your garment upside down, it is easier to spot the uneven bits and fix them. The sleeve bands. Okay, I had a little bit of material left over, so I did cut 2 sleeve bands out of it. Now make sure that you measure your sleeve and cut slightly shorter than the sleeve, maybe like 1/2 inch to 1 inch. All right, now onto the neckline. If there's one thing to be proud in my sewing is that I can eyeball my necklines like a boss. There's just no specific reason for it. It just happens to be a good fit most of the times. But the rule of thumb that I use is to cut a 1/4 or 1/5 shorter than the length of your neckline. And it also greatly depends on how stretchy is your fabric. So, at first it's gonna be trial and error, but you will definitely get the hang of it. Now, the white fabric is a little lighter here than the striped fabric, so you might spot some pooling, so you definitely want to choose fabric of the same weight for your project. But I only had these 2 to work with, and so we did. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful and useful, and here's the video on the screen on how to draft a simple, basic summer top that we used as a base for this project. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful, that you will make something beautiful for yourself, and until next time, happy sewing, guys. Bye!